Okay. Oh, good afternoon. My name's Isaac Brockman, and I'm with FS. And you are.
Roger Wittenberg.
Oh, hi, Roger. I knew I was going to meet with one of you today, but I wasn't sure which one. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited
The
to.
boys couldn't be here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Well, I'm just going to get started now. So, I pulled in today. I saw that your planters pulled out of the shop. The mowers are on trailers. How close are you
Yeah,
guys to getting in the field and getting in the yards?
yeah. We've already started getting out there to plant. Rain pauses for a little bit, but
Yeah.
the last few days of dry weather has really let us get back out there. So the boys are planting, and they've already started going out and cutting yards and some of the businesses that they've been working on. So freshen up landscaping, things like that. So they've gotten started already, and we're starting to get corn in the ground. So
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad I caught you before it got too busy. So,
yeah,
um, well, after hearing about your operation with the farm and the landscaping business, my counterpart, the crop specialist with FS, he told me you guys have a lot going on. So I thought
hmm
it'd be a great opportunity to learn more about both the business and the farm and understand your fuel needs. And that's why I'm here today. I
okay,
know we initially agreed on 10 minutes. Does that still work for you?
yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, so we'll get started. Typically, I would give you my business card in the past, but now we switched to virtual business cards. So it'll be sent to your phone, and you'll be able to have it on you at all times.
Okay,
So my office phone will be on there. My cell phone will be on there. Do you have any issues during the day or after hours? I'll be more than happy to help.
great.
So before I talk about my side of things, I want to understand how is the businesses arranged? So when we have the landscaping business over here and the farm business, do they interact or are they completely separate?
Yeah, they are separate to the fact that I really run kind of the farm side,
Okay.
and the boys really pay attention and make most of the decisions for the landscape and maintenance side. I'm a partner, so I financially, back it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about big stuff, maybe
Okay.
some new equipment or big changes, but they really day to day they run and operate that. And then they help out a little bit on the farm side. Like I said, they're out running a planter right now, but then I'm running most of the farm stuff.
Yeah. So when we're looking at the fuel needs for both the landscaping and the farm, um, how is it split with gasoline and diesel?
Oh yeah, we don't do a good job of splitting it out.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that does come up is we just all pull out of those tanks. We've got a diesel tank, a gasoline tank, and then the DEF. The only good thing is the farm equipment is really the only place that we're using diesel. All of the landscaping stuff is only is gas only. So there's
Okay.
no diesel engines on that side right now. And I've got two Deere machines, and then one newer case tractor. That case tractor does use DEF. And then one of the two semis, I have two Peterbilts, and one of them is a newer one that we use DEF in.
Okay. And then when we're looking at your current fuel situation, how does that work and how do you feel about that?
What do you mean by how does it work? I mean, we've got fuel on site, and
Yeah.
then we fill up all our diesel really on site. That's where
Uh-huh.
our diesel comes from. Sometimes the trucks will fill up on the road if they need it, but we try to
Yeah.
have them fill up on site. On um, on the lawn care side, they will fill up either at the end of the day or the beginning of the next day for the next day's business. But then
Yeah.
they're filling up on the road as needed. So they may fill a tank. They're definitely filling portables and lawn mowers and things like that on the road because they're using a bunch of gas.
Okay. So what are your goals with your fuel usage? What do you look for when you're looking at a fuel supplier?
One of the things I'm looking for is keeping the tanks full. So
Okay.
that's been something that we've had an issue with in the past. We tried FS one other time,
Mhm.
and we had some late deliveries. They weren't timely, and tanks actually ran empty a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
So that was an issue. So I'm looking for somebody that's going to keep my tanks full, deliver stuff on time, And just help me out with regulations, any keep me up to date on any environmental stuff I need to be aware of, and things like that with, changes in exhaust, having to use the
Yeah.
DEF now and other tank things, would be helpful. I mean, there's some rust and stuff out there now that I don't know if that's a big deal or not.
Hmm.
We haven't had any issues, but
Yeah.
and then I'm also looking for um, some improved um, fuel quality. We've
Yeah.
had plugged fuel filters lately,
Oh,
or
wow.
probably over the last maybe a year or two. We've run into
Hmm.
some filter issues, and then also really inconsistent mileage in
Okay.
our fuel mileage. So those are a couple of things I know I'm looking at and wanting to address.
Okay. So we're just looking at the aspects of your service that you're getting from your fuel supplier, one,
Hmm.
and then the overall quality of your fuel too, and
Yeah.
the storage of it. So yeah, I did note that, your tanks are a little bit older and,
Hmm.
you need to update them every once in a while. So
Is
um,
there an impact to that? I mean, I know they've been that way, but like I said, they're not leaking. We haven't had an issue, but I don't know if is it something to watch out for? Is
yeah,
there
yeah,
is there an issue and I don't know about it?
we would recommend for you to talk with your fuel supplier, and that's a great thing with FS is that with the tanks that you use, if you use FS, we'll be able to come out and evaluate them and see what condition they're in.
Okay.
And actually, if you did business with us, we have really high quality tanks that last a long time, and that kind of transitions to what I'm going to go into next. So I have some tailored solutions for you for both the landscaping side and the farm side. Some reliability with service as well as quality of fuel. Would you like to hear about that?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Yeah. So first things, I know you've worked with FS in the past. You understand the cooperative advantage of like patronage dividends.
Hmm.
Um, okay.
Yeah, yeah, we get some of that back from on the agronomy side. We buy just
Okay.
enough.
Yeah. Yeah. So two things with that. If you choose to do your fuel business with us, you grow your proportion of dividends that you would receive each year. So that
Oh,
means a little bit
okay.
more cash at the end of the year. But the one thing that I really think is the best benefit is that we have our own in-house financing programs. So we
Okay.
have competitive rates, and then we also have convenient terms. So whatever works for you, we're going to tailor something for you. And then on top of that, this is another thing that sets us apart from our competition is you still get to keep those cash discounts and you still get to do the price contracting. So you're able
Okay.
to ensure that you're getting the best price. You're still getting the discounts if you sign a contract early.
Okay.
So, how do you feel about that?
I guess I've never had to finance. Do we have to finance to get some of those things on the fuel side, or can we
No,
just do
you
the
can still
contracting?
reach those cash discounts and that price contracting without the financing, but it's
Okay,
just an
great.
advantage because I know your landscaping business does go through a lot of fuel throughout the year.
Hmm.
If you had a shorter season where you didn't have as much money on hand, you can kind of defer it down the road to make it more
Oh,
convenient
okay.
for you.
Okay.
And then it seems like you're motivated to update your fuel and your fuel systems to be more relevant with environmental regulations,
Hmm.
as well as just the overall quality of it staying on the farm. So our FS Clean Flow gasoline exceeds EPA regulations by 2.5 times um, for the IVDs, which is definitely a really
Okay.
important talking point, I guess, in agriculture today with using gasoline. And then Diesel X Gold has been around for decades. It's FS's premier product.
Hmm.
We're able to pride ourselves on increased performance, then increased quality. It keeps the engines cleaner, the fuel systems cleaner while you're running it. We've actually had people tell us that they've had well over 5% increase in fuel efficiency as well,
Really?
just within months. Um,
Okay.
so I think that both the fuel tanks that you get from us that are high quality, as well as the increase in quality of fuels that you're able to receive, is definitely a net benefit for you guys.
Okay.
Um, so due to your most recent usage, I'm confident that expanding your business with FS will provide you with some of these solutions throughout the year. Whether you're, snow plowing or whether you're doing lawn care maintenance or whether
Hmm.
you're like planning right now, I think that we can take some of those great points of FS and combine it with the service, which has really become more expansive. We've grown our business in the past, 10, 15 years. I don't know when you were with us last, but that's allowed us to have more
Yeah,
responsive
it was a
fuel
while
trucks.
ago.
Okay. So
Okay.
we have more response. We're here more often. Um, so based on what I've heard from you and based on what I have to offer, how would you like to switch your fuel system to us?
I mean, it sounds interesting. It's got to cost quite a bit then, I'm guessing, just with all the, newer fuels and uh, it sounds like a lot of technology in there. And so, I mean, what's the cost associated with something like that?
So what we're going to look at is you can either purchase the tank to begin with, if you're going to go with our tanks, or else you can rent them from us, which is definitely something to do if you're more hesitant at first. And then if not with the fuel cost, it's a little bit more, but you get the value in higher quality fuels and higher efficiency fuels. What type of business would you like to do with that?
Um, I mean, I think it'd be we could talk about what they look. I'd be interested in seeing more about the tanks on site and maybe some of the savings. Can you work up an ROI on what it would look
Yeah,
like
I'll
based
give you
on what I'm spending
something
now? And
within the next week at the same time. We can meet again and I'll tell you that information.
okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's come together. I'd like to see that. And if the ROI looks good, then I think I could look at switching. I lose you?
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
Oh,
So,
sorry. So if the
so
ROI looks good, I think I'd be up for looking for switching.
yeah, so by this time next week, I'll have the information to you and then we can talk over it again at the same exact time. How does that sound?
All right, that sounds good. I'll bring the
Okay,
boys.
great. Awesome. Sounds good. Have a great day.
All right, thanks, Isaac.
Yep.